Welcome to Transforming with Drew, where we talk about all things transgender from F to M to M to Fs and how to change your life for the better. Hello, my name is Drew Forbes and I'm a 33-year-old trans man. It took a while to get the courage to record this finally, but here I am. I woke up this morning and said to myself, there's no such thing as a perfect day, so why not start now? I'm a little over 3 months on testosterone, but my journey isn't new. In fact, like many other transgender people, I felt a bit off my whole life. I hated dresses, I loved mud, I loved wrestling, played football, and even learned to stand up peeing to fit in with the boys. Growing up, I felt lucky because I didn't have much of a chest area and I didn't start menstruating at the same time other girls did. Comically, though, I did start the day I graduated high school. Eventually, my body started to develop in my mid-20s. Needless to say, I was devastated. However, I didn't actually meet my first transgender person until I was about 19, which an F to M man named Sam. All the things he kept saying to me just kind of hit home in a way that I never knew, and I realized what I was missing. At the time, I tried to tell my ex-girlfriend what I was feeling. She was not on board, to say the least. I panicked and recloseted myself. I stayed there for 14 years. It wasn't until I met my wife that I let the idea of being transgender be okay with me. I remember her looking at me 6 months into us dating. We had just fallen in love with each other, and she says, if you ever transition, I will still love you. I never knew exactly how important those words were until 4 years later. Now, remember, I was closeted, so I still panicked, and I said to her, I'm the closest thing to transgender without transitioning. You think that would have been a clue that I needed to transition, but hey, I was closeted and panicky. I continued this for about 4 years, and anytime somebody would ask me, hey, are you trans? I'd always tell them the same thing I told her. I'm the closest thing. It wasn't until I saw more people who were like me did I finally feel the pressure ease from my shoulders about being transgender. Armed with the love of my life, who is now my wife, and the trans men in the media, I finally looked into the mirror and admitted it to myself. I said, I am transgender, and that is okay. The next day, I walked up to my wife and said, I am transgender, and I want to transition. However, if I'm probably being realistic, I probably said, hey, honey, you were right. This is both scary for us. We had questions, concerns, arguments, ups, downs, but in the end, we knew it was right for me. I made her a part of this process as much as possible by having her talk to my doctor with me, dragging her around to my first shot. I even let her hold my new packer, my binder. We talked about all sorts of things that I want and what I don't want, what surgeries I want and what I don't want. They both joined support groups to better understand the process. I couldn't feel like a more lucky man. Now, I look in the mirror, I'm starting menopause and puberty at the same time, covered in acne, and I still smile. I'm starting to love the way I look. My body has changed. My arms have gotten thicker. My legs have actually gotten healthier. I don't look so small. I even have a mustache. For a while there, my wife was calling me Pedro, and I'm even standing up taller. It's because I like myself. Now that you know a little bit about me, I would like to discuss why I'm making this podcast. It's not solely to talk about my journey, but to inspire other trans people like me. I want to talk about the nitty-gritties, the goods, the bads, the uglies of transitioning. We'll talk about overcoming stereotypes and how to live our best lives. I will even talk about the controversial myths about transgender people, and one day I hope to have guests on here as well. And this isn't just going to be solely for F to M people. I want M to F, non-binary, anybody who relates to themselves being on the trans or gender conform or nonconformist lives to be a part of this. But in the meantime, live with purpose and live your truth. Thank you for listening to this podcast. Please remember to hit the subscribe button. If you found this information useful, please share it with your friends or family members. Have a wonderful day.